For half my life, I lived for applause and approval that never came. I dressed for it, worked for it, even lost sleep for it. But the truth? I wasn't living, I was performing, on a stage built by other people's opinions. And one day, the applause stopped. That's when my real life began. I grew up being the good kid. Always polite, always obedient, always approved of. My father used to say, make people happy and you'll go far. So I did. I became addicted to approval. At school, I laughed at jokes I didn't find funny. At work, I said yes to tasks I hated. In relationships, I became whoever they needed me to be. Every compliment felt like oxygen. Every criticism felt like death. You see, approval is a drug. And I was overdosing every day. The worst part? You start losing your real self, slowly, so slowly, you don't even notice she's gone. It happened one ordinary Tuesday. I'd just finished a major project at work, something I'd poured months into. I walked into my boss's office expecting a thank you. Instead, he said, could have been better. It shattered me, one sentence, and I realized I had built my entire self-worth on the fragile foundation of other people's opinions. That night, I sat alone in my car. I remember gripping the steering wheel and whispering, who am I without their approval? The silence answered, no one. And that terrified me. I didn't like the man staring back at me. He looked confident on the outside, but empty inside. So I started peeling the layers, one by one. Where did this need come from? Why did I always need to please? I realized, it started in childhood. Every gold star, every good job, made me feel loved. Every failure made me feel invisible. I was trained to perform, not to be. To impress, not to express. And that conditioning had turned me into a puppet of perception. The truth is, people's opinions aren't mirrors, they're projectors. When they judge you, they're revealing themselves, not you. When someone calls you arrogant, they might be struggling with their own insecurity. When someone belittles your dream, they're afraid you'll do what they couldn't. So I started asking myself, what does their opinion say about them, not me? And slowly, the noise started to fade. The moment you stop taking everything personally, you take your power back. Then came the biggest monster of all, social media. Oh, I loved the validation. The likes, the comments, the followers. Each one felt like a tiny hit of approval. But when I stopped posting, I realized how addicted I was. I wasn't living for experiences, I was living for reaction. If dopamine had a subscription plan, I was definitely on the premium version. So I detoxed. 1 week without scrolling, 1 week without posting. It was hard, but silence has a way of showing you what truly matters. I decided to rebuild my confidence, from the inside out. No applause, no validation, just truth. Every night, I wrote down 3 small victories. Things no one else saw, but I did. Like saying no without guilt. Like speaking my truth, even when my voice shook. And little by little, I started approving of myself. Confidence isn't loud, it's the quiet knowing that you are enough, even when no one claps. Life will always test your growth. Mine came when a close friend turned against me. Lies spread, my name was dragged. Old me would have panicked, begged people to see the truth. But new me? I stayed silent. And do you know what happened? The truth surfaced on its own. I learned that silence isn't weakness, it's mastery. Sometimes, silence wins arguments your words never could. Now, I live differently. I don't dress to impress, I dress to express. I don't chase approval, I chase peace. People still talk, of course. But their voices sound distant now, like echoes in a canyon. Because I finally learned the greatest truth of all, their opinion of me is none of my business. So if you're listening to this, I have one message for you. Stop performing, stop apologizing for who you are. You don't need permission to exist. When you stop chasing approval, you start living authentically. And that's when life finally becomes yours. When you stop fearing judgment, you start living your truth. Subscribe for more stories that help you live with purpose, peace, and power.